Hey guys, Josh here with Michigan Whitetail Management. Had a couple things I just wanted to touch on about what to do with debris. A couple weeks ago I had a parcel that we were on. It was a clear cut segment that we did that had been cut pretty hard, and there was a lot of debris, and we had kind of touched on taking that and where we were going to put it, some ideas. In a spot like that has been totally clear cut, and that debris was just scattered everywhere. A lot of that can be strategically placed in certain bedding areas that are wide open now. That they were, you could tell that they were bedding areas before, but the cover had been taken away because of the clear cut. So what we're doing is moving a lot of that over there. We're going to be moving that into some bedding areas and strategically placing that to make setups for bow and rifle areas. But with that said, what I wanted to touch on was taking the debris, and if there is the dirt or the top layer or stumpage or anything like that that you have to take out of those food plots, make sure that you don't do berms. Berms around a food plot, to me, are a deterrent. They will help. You can use that as funnel, and there's a lot of guys in the industry that will take and make that, take that debris and right on the edge of the food plots and just leave 10-yard openings or just little holes from a bedding area into your food plots. But what you want to watch with that is this: having that debris out too close to the edge makes the deer feel uneasy. And the reason that is it's just like us walking down out in a lit living room, let's say, and you have to walk by a hallway that's dark or a room that's dark. You don't feel comfortable walking by it. You'd prefer the light beyond so you can see what's down in it. And the same thing with the deer is, so you don't want to hug that right up. Now what I've done in the past is actually taken that debris, just like this here. A lot of this is the red oak material, and what I've done with that before is actually taken it and set it back in the woods off the edge of the food plots, like 30, 40, 50 yards at times. Either make big piles out of it, or what I've done is I've done the edge or the pile, let's say, stretch the pile out. I don't like to put all the stumps all in a big pile and put dirt over them and make an edge like that. But what we do is shake them out, shake the dirt out of it, put them back in the woods. Either make small piles in there so it's not an eyesore, or go back in the edge of the woods far enough and create a funnel out of them. But it's off the edge of the food plot, so when the deer are out in the woods, they have, so if they're going to be scraping or traveling the edge, especially on the south side of a field, they don't feel right up tight to something. They out in the field, they feel more secure, and they'll, like, any overhanging limbs out in the edge of the food plot, whether it's a new plot or an old plot, you don't want them to have to go. Even if it's an acre, let's say it's a half-acre food plot, you're wasting a lot of ground by forcing them out in the middle of it, and it will happen, and they won't touch the food or the anything on the edge, your food plot, your clover, your brassicas, anything on the edge. They'll go out in the center to get away from it. So if you create something and you notice deer that are running from the food plot, they get coming into the edge with the wind in their nose, and they get to a hole and they run through it like they've been shot out of a cannon. It's too tight. You need to open it up. So just topic that I wanted to touch. You can use it. It's a great tool. You have to do something with it, but don't hold it too close to the edge of the plots. Do not bring that out too close to the edge of the fields. And like I said, it's an eyesore, and the deer don't like it. Put it back in the edge, in the interior of the woods, and you can use it to your advantage. A lot of people will burn it. If you're in a spot where you have to get rid of it, you can burn it. I wouldn't recommend burying it unless it's a spot like an old pit or something that has, you've taken sand out of it for years or whatever, and you need to fill it, something like that. But don't put it anywhere where you're going to have to plant back over it years and years. It will, especially with Michigan's frost. It'll pump it back up out of the ground, and it'll be a nightmare.